I'm really pleased with my little table that I got from B&M Bargains. I think I'll probably keep it rather than getting the one that sort of folds out, because you would always knock the leg and it would always, not always, but it would fall down as well. But that one just folds away neatly and just stuck it in behind the chair. Quite pleased with that. Well, now I'm going to fit the blind, and it's just again, it's another Home Bargains buy, and it's a blackout blind, and I put it up in here. Now you've got to cut this, you've got to cut about 150mm off the end, and you have to get it quite close to the bulkhead up here and on both sides, and you just get the usual fittings for one of these blinds. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill them as far up and as far wide as I can get, but it might mean having to drill actually through onto the roof and putting them on with bolts. If you put these things on with little screws, even in the house, I don't find them particularly strong. Yeah, and I'll just give them a little paint just to protect them against the weather, and they're hidden by this part anyway, which is good. There we go. I had to cut 8.5 inches off this end to make it fit, so we'll just try it in. Put the little lock in place. There we go. Nice one. The other thing is, I made these little plastic block-out blinds for the windows, and I made them out of Corex, and I just made a paper template and pattern, and then put vinyl, black vinyl on the outside, as it were, so that people just can't see in at all, and it's a total block-out, and they just fit in like that, and they just push in, and the carpet itself actually holds them in. I've left these light on the inside just to reflect a little bit light, you know, if you're sitting at the table here having a meal. But I can blacken the insides off as well. And once this is down, it just blocks off the cab altogether, and light can only get by the sides of it, but not really that much. And when we were away, and when you put the blind down and the little blinds for the windows, the back of the van was really dark, which was good. So I've got all the blinds down, and it's a really bright day today. I'll just get in the back of the van, close the door. And you can see how dark it is. This is even on a quite bright day outside. And that's towards the rear of the van. So in those light evenings, you know, up north, it gets really dark in here, and it's really good to sleep. Always break one. There we go. So firstly I've got to move over, rub all these bits down. I don't know what somebody's had on the back here, probably a wooden panel, but I'll rub them down with a grinder. And then once I've done that, I'll carpet the whole thing right up to where the rubber seal is, and the rubber seal is down this part of the door, so I'll take the carpet into there, and right round and into here. But I'll not put the carpet under the seal because you don't really want the carpet getting wet.
England are 1-0 up in the 3-test series. The former England captain Michael Vaughan is feeling optimistic.
The pitch is very good, the weather is beautiful. I'm walking around Nottingham now and it's a glorious day.
Oh dear, Radio 2 songs, honestly. Put the welding glove on again. I don't want to burn my fingers this time, but it's quite a push away into there, but you just, with a 4-way stretch, just do it bit by bit and just gradually push it in. It eventually goes. That's good, it seems to have gripped onto the little plastic locators, which is good. So I don't need to cover this panel at all, which was what I was hoping for. Just make sure I can still open the door. And there we have it. All neatly done. And all within the rubber seal so that it doesn't get wet. And I've still managed to retain the grey panel, which is what I wanted. And there you have it, that's the second door done. So now that these are done, I'm going to get on with the graphics now. Although I do graphics for a living, I don't really like putting graphics in my own vehicles, which sounds strange. But so I've decided on something fairly subtle for the van. What I'm going to do is I'm going to round off the side window because it just looks too abrupt on its own, and I'm going to put a little bit of black vinyl in there with rounded corners, and then I'm going to use the Renault Sport logo in like a dark grey and a yellow on the side and just run some stripes off it, so nothing too fancy, and then use the Renault Sport logo and put one on the side of the bonnet and the bottom right hand rear door. Well, that's the van all done, and I've come out to this spot, which is no more than 20 miles away from where I live, and it's a beautiful spot in the foothills of the Cheviots. And I'm just out for a night, and that's what this van is really good at. You just sort of load up and go. You know, I just decided to come up here at 8 o'clock at night and parked up, and there's nobody else here, which is great. And I had a little walk up the hills. I hope this video has been of help to anybody who's wanting to tackle this, you know, for the first time. I've never done anything like this before, and it's quite successful. I'm really pleased with the layout of the van. It's worked really well with the little seat in the front and all the room that you've got in the bed in the back, and get the luggage underneath. And today I'm actually going to do a job on the way home, so I brought all my working gear as well, which goes under the bed at the back. It seems to work really well. I hope you know, you do have a go, and you know, just to convert that was an ordinary Vivaro van. That was my works van beforehand, and it's turned it into, you know, something really useful. You never know, I might turn up with another van. This time a medium van, and one I'll put the electrics and heating in. I've gotten the bug for it now, I think, and I think I'd like something, you know, to do a bit more touring in. Although, you know, if I don't sell this one, I'll be quite happy with it. It works well. So as usual, if you've enjoyed the video, thumbs up, please subscribe. There'll be more videos coming along very soon.